Welcome back, guys. We are on day 3 of the new game discovery. So today we are going to be playing another competitive game. This is Minion Masters. This game is free to play. It is 1 versus 1. It is like a hybrid deck building, real-time strategy, top-down minion funneling game. It's actually really hard to describe because it's fairly unique in the way that you play it, the way that you win games, the way that you build decks, the way that your hero or your master works in combination with them. So currently we are at gold 4. We started the game at wood because that's as low as you can go in this game. So what we're going to do, I haven't mastered the ability to talk about the game while playing it just yet. So we're going to go through replays. Thank God the game has those, because my play would probably suffer super hard if I had to try and go over everything that I am doing as I am doing it. So we'll start here. The Masters, I believe there is 10 of them. It's either 10 or 12, I'm not sure. In this game, we are playing Apep, the Snake Lord dude. The thing about this game that differentiates Masters from other Masters is their perks and their, I guess, tower defense. So Apep, he's ranged. He's going to shoot at both flying and grounded units from here, and he's going to poison them as well. But his perks are Gift of the Serpent God. We're going to get a random 2-cost minion, and it's going to cost 0. Then we get this totem that lets us take 0 damage to our tower while it's up until it dies. And then Greater Gift of the Serpent God is the same thing as our first perk, except it's going to give us a random 4-cost card, and it's going to be a 0-cost card. Now, the way that you get these perks is through XP, which you can see over here. Now, it is just a stagnant XP gain. You just get it however much per second, or per... I'm not real sure what the time frame is on collecting XP, but you get more XP for capturing bridges. So the longer that you hold these bridges in the middle of the map by placing minions on them, the faster that you're going to get XP. So bridge control is hugely important in this game, probably one of the main facets of winning. There you go. I have no words. So right now you can see we are at perk 2. Setsu on the other side isn't even halfway to perk 2. So we are clearly in control at the moment. This is Setsu's ability, though. She, at first perk, she gets a card that lets her launch the character anywhere on the map. After so long, it is going to plop down and just start walking and doing damage. It's kind of like a mini boss card, which is cool, because a lot of the heavier cost cards in this game are the real tide-turning characters. But Setsu only costs 2, and you can just kind of slap her down, walk, and watch her unload. So as far as minions go in this deck, I'm going to be using the same deck in all the replays today, with the exception of maybe one. But in this deck, I have this big boy here, Commander Azali. This is going to be my big push card. So what she's going to do, every time that we take a bridge back, she's going to shield all of our minions that are on the board. Ground minions. That's good to know. I didn't know that when I was doing this. So she grants a shield to all the ground minions every time that we take a bridge. With our little teleporter puff here, that actually becomes fairly simple, even if they get taken. While we're pushing down one, he's just going to pop over and take it right back if he's not killed. So the crux of this strategy, though, is that we have to be able to play Azali, and I kind of want this third perk before we really get going. Right now the enemy has got, well, just one bridge at the moment. We're going to take that back though, because that puff does not attack anything. He's going to kill all of our stuff, but we do have our third perk, so we're going to put down our 0 cost cards here. These are both my random cards from both my second and third perk. So that is not going to cost us any mana at all, and we are charging up right now to use Commander Azali with her 8 cost. So we're going to try and figure out the best place to put her. She's just going right down there. She's fucking huge. At least I think it's a she. We're not going to put my minions over here because now that I look at it, the Grenadier doesn't even attack minions. I think it's just a building attacker. So the more we know. We just got all of our minions destroyed by a spell card, which is sad indeed. But she is still running down on the enemy tower. I've got my Shadow Whelp here as well, who does extreme damage after breaking stealth, kind of like your average Valera Zeratul explosion. There are a few cards in this game that have stealth. They can't be targeted while they're not visible, so that's cool. There's actually tons and tons and tons of really unique and interesting cards. The curve of your play, I mean, it feels pretty reminiscent of any card game that you'll play. This game also has that auto battler feel to it, which is really nice. So you don't have to be in direct control of the game. You can just kind of let your cards do exactly what they need to do. The other cool things that this game is really focused on is managing the aggro of your cards, because you can't really tell them what to attack. You have to kind of force them to attack different things as they spawn. So, for instance, if the enemy teams, if all of their cards are attacking my tower and I put a card behind them, they're never going to turn around to attack the minion. They're just going to keep attacking the tower. And we did hit basically the 4th perk down here, Mana Frenzy. This is across the board for everybody. Once you hit the 200 XP mark, you get Mana Frenzy, and that is just going to supercharge your mana bar. You're going to be able to play tons and tons and tons and tons of shit super fast, which the other player didn't even get close to. She made it a little bit difficult. The game went a lot longer than I wanted it to, but at the same time, there was never really any worry that we were going to lose, because I just had such hard control of the bridges for that whole game. So, anyway, that was the APEP game. We'll switch over here to the replays. I picked up 3 different masters for these games. There are masters on free rotation right now. I have 3 of my own as well, including the free one that everybody gets, which is Stormbringer. He's the arrow guy, I guess you would call him. Ratbo here, I haven't played a whole lot with, but he seems pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let's see. Huh, okay. So basically, once we hit our first perk, every time that we put down a minion card, we are going to get an additional minion card. Small minion card. As you can see, 15 health, 10 damage per second. So they're not going to be huge. And then I think that changes. Yes. Once we hit perk 3, we play 2 instead of 1. Once we hit perk 2, though, this is going to be his kind of point-and-click kill card. It's going to let our master use I believe it gives us a spell card that just targets things specifically and does a whole bunch of damage to them, which is cool. And then also, early on in the game, we saved up to play Commander Azali quickly, so that, you know, we could just kind of get a good push going. We've got a decent chunk of damage on the enemy master right now. Volko over here doesn't do any damage to ranged minions, so our Dragon Whelp is just getting free ass damage until he plays a ranged card to stop it. There it is. He finally ended up going for it. We're going to drop our ranged buddy here as well, because that flagman was punching tower and he wasn't about to hit us. Stunning these guys, so our Our drone walker gets the free range damage without any retaliatory attack. And then we're going to give him a bit of a meat shield with those swarmers. Same thing here, got a lot of swarming going on. Enemy player is going to use his Beam of Doom to stop my push because he was pretty worried. Now we've got another Commander Azali in the wings. We are going to launch her. There we go. She is headed down the lane. Enemy team, or enemy, yeah, that's going to take some getting used to. Enemy has both bridges right now, so once we gain control of one, we are going to get a shield. There it is. And then once we get this other one here, there it is again. Shields passing all over. We don't have a whole lot of minions to go with right now because we're a little bit low on mana after playing her. But doesn't look like we even need to worry about it. Our Dragon Whelp did lay down a hell of a lot of damage. We're just going to throw some more daggers to wipe out his hordes and then keep dumping that bottom lane damage. I don't think you're going to live. No, he made it. 110 health. We're just going to kill his tower so he can't really defend himself with our level 2 perk. And then we're going to watch our swarm engage. Can we? Yeah, let's just stun him. Our Dragon Whelp is going to finish the job. Nice. There are very obvious advantages and disadvantages to Masters in this game, so being aware of that on top of your deck is very important. Like you saw, there are characters like Volko who cannot attack flying units. So if you end up against a master who, or sorry, another player who has a shitload of flying units, then you're kind of fucked unless you have a lot of ranged units in your deck to kill them out of the air. So it looks like I probably have time to go over 2 more games. There is 2 versus 2 in this game as well, so we are going to show you guys that on top of everything else, because I think 2 versus 2. Oh no, I clicked the wrong one. No, I don't want this one. Game, can we go back? Damn. If I quit, I'm gonna quit the whole game, aren't I? It can't be. It can't be this hard, can it? Exit to menu. Hey, okay, perfect. Thank you. I was worried. We'll actually get a decent replay, one that we haven't already gone over. The other thing about this game is that its UI, its menus, everything outside the game is actually super fantastic too. It's like the announcer is a lot of fun. He's cool sounding. He makes you like excited to play. It's just a really interesting. I love the art style. Everything about the game is just a lot of fun. But this match we're playing Volko, the character that we ran over last time. Volko, he is going to get kind of interesting perks, whereas the last 2 characters had pretty simple perks. Volko is going to, for his level 1 perk, he's going to mark a bridge, and then when you play minions that go down that bridge, he does direct damage to the other master. So he's going to throw a little fireball every time that we put a minion down this lane. Boom! There you go. And then our level 2 perk is Burn the Bridges. It's a spell card. It's a 0 cost spell card that we get to play that we'll randomly get in our hand that lights the bridges on fire and does a whole bunch of AoE damage, which is incredibly good for killing big hordes of enemies that just try to run us down. As you can see, we're getting really annoyed by the Scrat Pack here, the flying Scrat Pack, because we don't have any way to kill them. So we did have to play our dragon to avoid a lot of damage. And then our third perk, Tempers Flaring. All friendly melee units get 50% attack damage. And I guess that counts for flying too. It doesn't say grounded melee units. So our Dragon Whelp and our Shadow Whelp there will get 50% additional attack damage, which is nuts. Because the Shadow Whelp does a fucking ridiculous amount of damage. Anyway. But that being said, our whole deck strategy remains the same. We're still looking for Commander Azali. We're still looking for a big old push that we can shield lots of guys with, that we can, you know, kind of snowball into the enemy team with. Let's see. Just burn those bridges real quick, and then we're going to put the Commander in the top lane. We've got a ranged minion here as well. Oh! Nice! Our teleporter puff there, getting both of our boys shielded at the last second. He's still got a shield too. He died to the AoE. That's a bit unfortunate, but our commander is still well above 50% health. It's really awesome. She is getting a bit overwhelmed by the scrats, the flying, and the walking. So we're going to send her dragon over there to try and give her some help, and it's not going to do much. He is going to hang in there and still manage to lay down some damage. Oh! The shield! Oh, that is so good. The teleporter puff dies, but that's okay. We're going to get this bottom bridge again just from sheer numbers, and our Dragon Whelp up here is just doing the Lord's work, killing all those melee minions from the air. It's really fantastic. We're doing a hell of a lot of damage to the other master as well, just from playing minions down here on this lane, which is awesome. By the way, I love dealing direct damage. The only... Are we gonna kill him? Nice. Okay, now he's got to kill. Do it. Yes. Not even worried for a second. Oh man, this AoE spells are they're good. They're certainly good. We did hit our level 3, so everything that we play now is going to get 50% attack damage as long as it is melee. So our Dragon Whelp coming up here, yes, there it is. 50% additional on top of the roasting bridge damage. Let's kill off this Fire Mage too before he kills all our skeletons, please. Please. You got him. Bummer. That's okay. The enemy player is at about 930 health. That shouldn't last much longer because we are at perk 3. Our Shadow Whelp has engaged the Rage as well. Let's get to roasted. 790 left. All we have to do is just keep playing minions on this side of the bridges, and he's done for. We're going to put down the Drone Walker on the top just to save us from some of that scrat damage. And then we're going to gear up for a big push. Do we need to light the bridges on fire? We do. We're going to send over our swarmers as well. This push is huge. Oh my god, and then one spell card just destroys my whole thing. If only they were shielded. So, it's time. We're going to play our big girl. We're going to take back the bridge on the bottom side, get her a big old shield. We're going to get that dragon going on the top side for some defense against those melee minions. And now we're just going to let loose our stockpile. So here come our swarmers. We should have our enraged swarmers here in a second. We just need to play a spell card first to make sure that they get the... I guess we're not even going to bother. Down goes the puff too, just for safekeeping on the bridges. And then we seal the deal with a fireball from Volko himself, because we're playing stuff in the bottom lane. Those games all took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. I guess we'll try and knock out that 2 versus 2. I don't know if it was a particularly long game. And it is a different deck. It is a completely different strategy in 2 versus 2, which I guess makes sense for what we're doing here, right? We just want to show you all the cool things that this game does. So, in this match, I am playing APEP again. We are going to be... basically, the two of us are coordinating between our decks to create the strongest push when we have it. So right now I can see in his deck, he does not have his biggest card. I do not have my biggest card. So right now all we're going to do is focus on controlling the bridges. And we're going to do that with... actually, this is his deck. This is my deck. Okay, sorry. Now I've got my Harbinger, which is our big card. Harbinger is a flying ranged sniper unit with a lot of health who just deals an intense amount of damage from so far away that, you know, it's just ridiculous. I put him on the wrong side of the tower here. I should have put him down here. But it looks like he doesn't give too many fucks about it because he can't be attacked by those melee minions anyway. This big guy here is your enemy Ravager's first perk. His name is Brutus. So at the third perk for the enemy team, they get like a mega-sized one of these. His health bar just goes into the fucking stratosphere, and he does a lot more damage as well. Anyway, our Harbinger is going to go down. He was aggroed on a different unit while that flying dragon took him down from range. Which is okay. We still have a bit of a health lead on the enemy team. We are trying to gear up for another big push. My teammate has his big cards, the Tanners, the Brothers of Light, so we are going to try to work around that. I am going to do my best to hold the bridges. Looks like he got a little bit antsy and played another card to contain the bridge problem. So that's a thing that can happen. We're a little bit spend happy between the two of us right now. Me more than him, I'm sure, because I have been playing this game a lot less than he has. And this minion in particular, I don't know what it's called, because I don't have it, but this dude is the hugest. That's not even a word. So I'm gonna need you to realize just how awful it is. But it is the humongous annoyance for melee cards in the game. Any melee card that hits it flying or grounded is going to get stunned and take a whole lot of damage, and it annoys the living crap out of me. So as it is right now, I just need to focus on the bridges. There's only so much that we can really do. He has got his big push ready. So we're going to kill off the enemy minions first. And then... okay. We have one bridge back. There are his Brothers of Light. They are going to go down that top lane. I am going to put some ranged support on top of them with my Drone Walker. They can eat a lot of damage, but we don't want to just let them run in for nothing. So... Nice. Nice. Now we have to charge up for our Harbinger because it's sitting down here. Excuse me. It's cold. I may be catching a cold. Fucking ouch. Alright, so we need to play it in a position where it is not going to get destroyed by this range, but it's also going to deal some damage. He's played his Outlander over here to do some AoE damage via range as well. So luckily, our Harbinger is in a very safe spot right now, and his aggro has been placed on the other flying unit, which is kinda not great. I did need to kill Setsu. Oh my god, he actually lived. Well, he's not going to live much longer because that dragon's going to kill him. Right? No? Dragon aggroed something else entirely. Nice. We're going to keep our 5 health Harbinger going. Enemy is going to get focused on the mirror match there. There are units in this game like the Jack-in-the-Box there that just pump out random units after they die, or the taunt effect that they have forces enemy aggro onto them, which is neat. There is Bigger Brutus, Terror Brutus. Enemy team has hit their 3rd perk. We also hit our 3rd perk though, so we're going to have that 0-cost Morgul the Swarmer King, who is normally a 4-cost card, and he has got his Brothers of Light to defend us against the big Terror Brutus, which is fantastic. So now we've got Brothers and Harbinger on the map, and the enemy team, their Ravager essentially has no first and third perk because both of them died and we didn't take any damage or lose the game off of those pushes. So now our push is so fucking huge we can just pile on and run them down, and they don't have any way to stop us from doing that. Fantastic. Love it. So that's Minion Masters. That is, in essence, what you're going to be looking at when you play this game, whether it's 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2. 2 versus 2 it's a whole new dynamic. But here's the UI too. Like, check this shit out. It gives you the streamer that's playing it right now, which is fantastic. It's just in-game to show you who's playing. There's your deck. You click on this for the shop. You click on this to open your packs. Your rank is just exposed right there. When you hit this button to battle, queue times are fucking instantaneous. There is absolutely no wait. The longest I've ever waited is like 60 seconds. It was insane. You've got your battle, you've got your team battle. There are solo adventures that you can go on to get more cards, get more stuff. Draft is going to be the game mode where you get to pick the card and go in randomly. Challenges, they're just kind of one-offs. They're help you get gold, and they just unlock extra shit. I can't remember. Expeditions and Mayhem I haven't actually figured out yet, so I'm going to have to invest some time into looking at those. But after a certain level of play, you unlock these as well, which is just more stuff for you to do, right? More stuff for you to do while playing the game, because it is so much fun. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed this game. And apart from that, let me know what you think. We'll be back on Monday with something new to see if you guys have anything to say about this or that, or Anthem, or League, or the other stuff coming down the pipe. So I'm rambling again. Sorry. Appreciate you hanging out. Have yourself a lovely weekend. Happy New Year. Now go get wasted, or whatever it is people do on the weekend. Bye.